Have you ever noticed something strange? You are exhausted, you have been busy all day. Your body feels tired, your eyes feel heavy, and all you want is a good night's sleep. But then you get into bed, the lights are off, the room is quiet, everything is finally still, and suddenly your brain wakes up. Now you are thinking about something that happened 5 years ago, a conversation from last week, a mistake you made, something you are worried about tomorrow, and before you know it, an hour has passed, maybe two, and you are still awake. If this sounds familiar, you are not alone. Millions of people struggle with sleep, but here's something most people don't realize. Sleep problems often have very little to do with sleep itself. Many times, the real issue is happening inside the mind. Stress, anxiety, overthinking, emotional overload, or a nervous system that never gets a chance to slow down. Think about your day. How often do you actually stop and check in with yourself? Not your phone, not your work, not your responsibilities, yourself. For many people, the answer is almost never. We are constantly distracted, scrolling, working, watching, planning, doing, and because we are always busy, our emotion gets pushed aside. Stress gets ignored, worries gets ignored, sadness gets ignored, fear gets ignored. But emotions don't disappear. Just because we ignore them, they wait. And night time is often when they come back because the distractions are gone, the noise is gone, and now your mind finally has room to speak. This is one reason your thoughts seem louder at night. The problem is that your brain does not always distinguish between a real threat and an imagined one. A difficult conversation tomorrow, a financial problem, fear of failure, fear of rejection. To your brain, these can feel like threats. And when your brain thinks there's danger nearby, it becomes alert. An alert brain does not sleep easily. This is why anxiety and sleep problems often go hand in hand. The more anxious you feel, the more awake your brain becomes. The more awake your brain becomes, the harder it is to sleep. And the harder it is to sleep, the more anxious you become. It's a cycle, and many people get trapped inside it. But here's the good news. Understanding the cycle gives you the power to break it. Let's talk about remedies, not quick fixes, not magic tricks, real psychology-based strategies. The first remedy is surprisingly simple. Stop trying to force sleep. Think about it. Have you ever tried forcing yourself to relax? It usually does not work. The same is true for sleep. The harder you chase it, the further away it seems. Instead of asking yourself, why am I not asleep yet? Try asking, what does my mind need right now? That small shift changes everything. The second remedy is called a brain dump. Before bed, take a notebook. Write down every worry, every task, every unfinished thought. Don't organize it, don't judge it. Just get it out of your head. This sends an important message to the brain. I don't need to remember all of this tonight. Many people find that simply writing their thoughts down reduces mental noise dramatically. The third remedy is emotional awareness. This sounds simple but is powerful. Ask yourself, what am I feeling today? What am I worried about? And what am I avoiding? When emotions are acknowledged, they often become less intense. When they are ignored, they tend to grow louder, especially at night. Another powerful strategy is creating a transition between day and night. Many people go directly from stress to bed. Email, social media, news, work. Then immediately trying to sleep. The brain needs a transition period. A signal that the day is ending. Reading, gently stretching, journaling, calm music, deep breathing. These activities help tell your nervous system that it's safe to slow down. And safety is one of the most important ingredients for sleep. Because at its core, sleep is an act of trust. Your brain must trust that it's safe enough to let go. And the more safety you create, physically, emotionally and psychologically, the easier that becomes. So if you have been struggling with sleep, remember this. Your sleep problem may not be a sleep problem. It may be a stress problem, an anxiety problem, an overthinking problem, or simply a sign that your mind needs attention. Instead of fighting your brain, be curious about it. Listen to it, understand it, because understanding is often the first step towards healing. And sometimes the path to better sleep begins long before your head touches the pillow. It begins with taking care of your mind.